Hello everyone, welcome back to the session of English. In this session, we are going to continue with our chapter Connectors. Now, this one is part number 8. So, till now, we have already covered 7 parts of connectors. So, let us have a look over what we are going to discuss in this session. In this lecture, we will cover the following topics. It means in this session, we are going to cover these following topics. Now, what are the following topics? Cause and effect denoting connectors. It means in this session, we are going to discuss a new type of connectors, that is cause and effect denoting connectors. It means those connectors which denote or which classify or which explains cause and effects. Okay. Also, we'll see the definition of cause and effect denoting connectors. Now, what are cause and effect denoting connectors? Don't worry, I'll tell you after a little bit. Types of cause and effect denoting connectors. So, we'll discuss cause and effect denoting connectors in this session. We'll elaborate these type of connectors as well. Okay. After that, we'll see the word because. Because is actually a cause and effect denoting connector. Okay. So, we'll discuss this conjunction, that is because. Okay. Now, I told you in our earlier sessions as well that connectors can be classified as prepositions or conjunctions. Okay, as prepositions or conjunctions. So, in all the following sessions, whenever we are going to discuss any type of cause, any type of connector, we'll discuss it on the basis of preposition and conjunction. So, in this session, we are going to discuss cause and effect denoting conjunctions. In this session, we are going to discuss cause and effect denoting connectors and also its types on the basis of preposition as well as conjunction. Okay. So, what basis we are going to discuss in this session, that we will discuss later on. But before that, let me tell you that what are cause and effect denoting connectors. Now, we know very well that these two words, we must have heard these words. If we talk about cause, something which stimulates some action or something which makes something to happen, whereas effect is actually the thing or the action that has been taken place or the effect that it has got. Okay, for example, suppose there is raining. Okay, you can say that there is rain. Okay, it means in the city the weather is rainy. In fact, the rain is occurring. Okay, there is rain or it is raining, we can say. Now, we had to cancel our match. We have to cancel our match. Okay, so what happened? This is actually the cause. Rain is the cause. For what? Of cancellation of match. Of cancellation of match. Because it was raining, the match was cancelled. Okay, so this is the effect. Okay, this is the outcome, this is the result. Okay, so whatever the outcome is, that is the effect, and the reason for that is the cause. Okay, so reason for anything denotes the cause, whereas whatever the outcome we get of it, that is known as the effect. Okay, so this is the cause and effect. This is the meaning of cause and effect. Now, if somebody works very hard, okay, somebody works very hard. Now, obviously, he studies a lot. Now, what was the outcome? That he got first position in class. Okay, or he topped the school or he topped the city, whatever. Okay, so he worked very hard and he got first position. So this was the cause or this was the effect. It means this is the outcome, whereas this is the result, or this was the cause or the reason. Okay, so his hard work paid him the first position. So this is the reason and this is the result. So this will be the cause and this will be the effect. Okay, so that conjunction or that connector or that preposition that joins these cause and effect, that is known as cause and effect denoting connector. I hope you understood the meaning of this cause and effect denoting connector. Well, let us see it through a definition. Now, here we are going to discuss cause and effect denoting connectors. Cause and effect denoting connectors, also known as causal connectors. So these type of connectors are also known as causal connectors. are words or phrases used in grammar to show a relationship where one event or situation causes another. It means one action or one event happens and that causes or stimulates something else to happen. Okay, so that relationship between the cause and the effect, when it is connected through a connector or connected by a connector, that is known as cause and effect denoting connectors. It means a connector that joins cause and its effect with each other. Okay, that connector is known as cause and effect denoting connectors. Okay, so we can say cause and effect denoting connector. Okay, these connectors serves the function of linking causes to their effects. So what is the function of these type of connectors? They link the causes to their effects. It means reason to the result, thereby enabling more complex and nuanced expressions in language. Okay, so that makes the sentence complex but nuanced. It means you can say it is simple and understandable or comprehensible. Okay, now what are the types of cause and effect denoting connectors? So we with the help of this, we know that what is cause, what is effect. Now just to join these two type of sentences, we use cause and effect denoting connectors. What are those? That we will be discussing later on, but here we'll discuss the types of cause and effect denoting connectors. Now what we can have, we can either have cause denoting conjunction. Now as I told you that there are several connectors, and connectors are divided on the basis of conjunctions and prepositions. So every type of connector will be divided or classified into two separate entities, that is either the conjunction or the preposition. So here first we'll discuss the types of these cause and effect denoting connectors are cause denoting conjunction, cause denoting preposition, result denoting conjunction, or result is effect, or you can say effect denoting conjunction. Or so these three are the types of cause and effect denoting connectors. Okay, so first we'll discuss cause denoting conjunction. Okay, so here it is cause denoting conjunction, and I told you that cause is actually the reason. Okay, is actually the reason. For example, if suppose I got a plate. Okay, I got up late, and what is the result of this? That I reached office late. Okay, I reached office late. So this is the cause and this is the result. Okay, this is the cause. What is the cause? What is the reason? That is I got a plate, and the result of it, what it was? It was effect, that is I reached office late. So this is the result of what happened, that I got a plate. That is why what result was occurred, that I reached office late. Okay, so this is the result and this is the reason for that. So this is the cause for that and this is the effect for that. So first of all, we are going to discuss cause denoting conjunctions. It means those conjunctions that denote this cause. Okay, now what you can use over here, I can say as I got a plate, since I got a plate, because I got a plate. Okay, so these can be some conjunctions that can show this reason, or you can say reason can be shown with the help of these conjunctions and many more. Now what are those conjunctions? Let us see. Now here, cause denoting conjunctions are words or phrases that are used to connect clauses or sentences in a way that one clause shows the reason or cause for the another. These conjunctions are essential in constructing complex sentences that indicate why something happens. Okay, so they show the reason. Now types of cause denoting conjunctions, what are these? Because, since, as, so all these are cause denoting conjunctions. Now we are talking about conjunctions first of all. Okay, so these are cause denoting conjunctions. Now as I told you that whenever we have a conjunction in a sentence, the verb which is following it or the pronoun which is following it should be in nominative case. Okay, nominative case of pronoun, or you need to write the entire sentence. Okay, but if there is a preposition, so this is actually the most important basis on which we classify connectors being conjunction or preposition. So after preposition we can have only the objective case of pronoun, okay, and we need not write the entire sentence with a few words or the phrase or a single word. We can end up the sentence, whereas if we write a conjunction, if we join two sentences with the help of conjunction, we have to elaborate it in the entire sentence with the help of entire sentence. Well, this concept you will definitely got to know later on, because I will definitely tell you the sequence of the sentence or how to write such type of sentence, okay, with some examples. But for that you should wait a little, okay. Now first of all, let us discuss this types of cause denoting conjunctions. Now connectors, first of all, as you can see over here that these are because, since, as. So first we are going to discuss because, okay. So first connector is because, that we are going to discuss right now. So first of all we'll discuss the meaning of because, okay. Now because is one of the most commonly used cause denoting conjunctions in grammar. Now you must have used this word many times. This word simply states the reason, okay. It functions to establish a clear causal relationship between two clauses, where one clause explains the reason or cause for the occurrence of the event stated in the another clause. For example, if I say I could not come to the party. I could not come to the party because I was not well. Suppose this is the sentence. Okay, I was not feeling well, or I was not well. Now, if you look at this sentence carefully, I could not attend the party. So this is, or I could not come to the party. Now this is something which has happened. So this is the result. Okay, or this is the event that had occurred. Now, what was the reason for this? The reason for this, that I was not well. So this is the reason. And to show this reason, we have used the word because. We have used a conjunction that is because. And this is simply stating the reason for something that had happened. Okay, so this reason has been shown by the word because. So this is actually the function of because, to show the reason of the effect. Okay, so this shows the cause and for the effect that had occurred. Now, she took a day off because she was sick. Now, she took a day off, it means she was on leave. She took a leave. Why? Because she was sick. So anything that replies to the question why is denoted by the word because, or is shown by the word because. Okay. Here, she was sick is the reason for taking a day off. Because it was raining, the picnic was cancelled. Now, the picnic was cancelled. This is the effect. This is the result. And why did it occur? Because it was raining. So, because it was raining, in this case, the picnic was cancelled for the reason that it was raining. So, it was raining is simply the reason for the cancellation of the picnic. Okay, so reason is shown by the word because. So because is a conjunction that always shows the reason or the cause of something. Okay, now uses of because. Now let us learn the uses of because. To explain reasons or causes, because is used to introduce a clause that explains why something happened or why a particular condition exists. For example, he was late because his car broke down. Okay, broke down means his car stopped working. Broke down is a phrasal verb that is used in a condition when a machinery you can say stops working. Okay, so he was late because his car broke down. Now, to justify actions or decisions, so this because is also used to justify actions or decisions. It is often used to provide justification for a specific action or decision. It means whatever decision you have taken, whatever specific decision you have taken, now what is the justification for that? It means why did you take that decision? So just to justify it, we use because, that we have taken this decision because of this. Okay, so because we elaborate that particular reason to justify our decision. Okay, for example, I took a taxi because I was late. So my decision to take the taxi was that I was late. Okay, so this is the reason or the justification for my decision to take the taxi. Okay, so this is the justification for this decision. Okay, so you can see it like this, that it shows the justification for the decision. Now the third use is in response to why questions. Now as I told you that whatever the word replies to the question why is known as because. Because is commonly used to answer questions that start with why, offering an explanation or reason. Simple example, why are you studying so hard? This is the question. Now we can say I study hard because I have an exam tomorrow. Okay, I'm studying hard because I have an exam tomorrow, or I have to take an exam tomorrow. Okay, so this is the reason for my studying hard. Okay, now let us move to the next one. To indicate cause and effect relationships, it also indicates the cause and effect relationship. It is used to clearly establish a cause and effect relationship between two events or situations. Example, the game was postponed because it was raining. So the reason for game to be postponed was that it was raining. So it was raining is simply the reason for the postponement of the game. Okay, so because shows here the reason, and the another thing or the another clause shows the effect or the result. Okay, and this effect and reason, or you can say effect and cause, this relationship can be shown or can be linked with the help of the conjunction because. Now in persuasive or argumentative contexts, because can be used to present a reason or argument to persuade others. Okay, to convince others. You should trust me because I have never let you down before. So because shows that this is the, if you want to persuade someone, if you want to convince someone to accept that whatever you are saying, to accept that statement, that what you have said, so this can be linked or this can be connected with the word because. How so? I have never let it down. It means you should trust me. Why so? What is the reason? Actually the reason is that I never let it down before. Okay, so this is the reason for which you should trust me. So this is the reason, and this is the effect that should be occurring, that should be occurred. Okay, for example, if you have seen the Ramayana, or if you have heard the Ramayana, so you must have heard about these statements of love and Kush, that they told to Lord Ram that he should trust them because they have never told false. They have never spoken false. Okay, so that was the reason. So because of which the Lord Ram should trust them. Okay, so this shows the entire statement for persuasive and argumentative contexts. Okay, in logical reasoning as well, in academic or logical context, because is used to connect premises with conclusions, helping to structure logical arguments. Now whenever there is logical reasoning concept, it means in academic or logical context, because is used to connect premises with conclusions. It means you can show the conclusions, you can show the structure of logical arguments that will draw the conclusions that yes, whatever you are saying is logically right. Example, the experiment must be invalid because the control group showed the same results. It means you are just showing the reasons for someone to get your concept. Now we'll discuss the structure of because. So now we have already learned the definition of because, the meaning of because, the uses of because. Now we'll discuss the structure of because. Now this is general structure. if a question comes to your mind that what can be the position of because in the sentence, it is very very simple. First of all, we'll have the effect clause, then because, and then the cause clause. Okay, because what happens, this because is denoting this cause clause. Okay, this because, this denotes the cause clause. So wherever you have to write this cause clause, just before that this word because should come. It means if the cause clause comes in the beginning of the sentence, the because, this word because should come in the beginning of the sentence. But if it has come in the end of the sentence or the after the effect clause, this because will just precede the cause clause. It means these two should come simultaneously. First you have to write because and then the cause clause. Okay, so this will decide the position of because in the sentence. Effect clause, this is the part of the sentence that describes the outcome. Effect clause, this describes the outcome or the result, effect or situation that is being explained. It can stand alone as complete sentence. So this effect clause, this can stand alone as the complete sentence. You need not write something else or something else before or after it. Okay, so the sentence is complete in itself. Okay, now because this conjunction is used to introduce the reason or cause for the effect mentioned in the first part of the sentence. So whatever effect has been mentioned in the first part of the sentence, this because justifies the cause for that, or justifies the reason for that, or you can say explains the reason for that, the effect that we have got. Now cause clause, this is actually the cause clause follows because and provides the reason for the or cause for the effect. It contains its own subject and verb. For example, the game was postponed because it was raining. So it was raining is actually the cause, and what was the result of it, that the game was postponed. The game was postponed is the effect clause describing what happened. Because introduces the reason for this outcome, and it was raining is the cause clause explaining why the game was postponed. It means it showed the reason. Rules associated with because, linking cause and effect. So first of all, the main rule of it is just to link cause and effect together. Because is used to establish a causal relationship between two clauses. The clause following because explains the reason or cause for what is stated in the preceding clause. Example, she left early because she felt ill. So why did she leave early? Just because she felt ill. Okay, so the she felt ill is the reason, and what was the effect, what was the result of it? So this is the result, that she left early. Okay, and because is the conjunction that is joining these effect and cause. Structure, because is followed by a by a clause that contains a subject and a verb. It cannot be followed by a single noun or noun phrase. Now this one is very very important about because. How? I will tell you. They were happy because they received good news. Okay, so you can see they were happy because they received good news. Now they is the subject plus verb. Okay, what can be the incorrect sentence? They were happy because good news. Now this will be incorrect, but this sentence can also be rectified. How? There is another word, that is because of. Now I will tell you the difference between because and because of. Now what is the actual difference between these two? If you see this because, this is a cause and effect denoting conjunction. Okay, whereas if you see this because of, this is cause and effect denoting preposition. Okay, this is preposition because we have used of with it. Okay, now if I say that she was absent because she was suffering from fever. Okay, she was suffering from fever. And another sentence if I write is she was absent because of she was suffering from fever. Now, do you get both of these sentences correct? Do you feel that both of these sentences are correct? No, not at all. If you see the first one, she was absent because she was suffering from fever, this sentence is correct. Okay, because here we have written because she was. So this is the sentence structure. But if I see the second one, it is she was absent because of she was suffering from fever. Now, if I have written of, I can simply write the correct reason, that is suffering from because of fever. So the correct sentence will be that she was absent. She was absent because of fever. Now, as I told you that after of or after any preposition, we cannot write the structure like subject plus verb. It should be written in the one word or in the concise manner, or where the nominative case does not occur. Okay, so there we can write the sentence like she was absent because of fever. Now the sentence will be correct. Okay, so if you have to write because of, you can simply state the reason in one word. Okay, and if you are writing because, you have to elaborate the entire statement or entire sentence with the help of subject plus verb plus object. Okay, so this is actually the difference between because and because of. Well, this will discuss in another session of this as well. Well, you can see here they were happy because good news. So this will be incorrect. It should be because of good news. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Position in a sentence. Because can be used in the middle or at the beginning of the sentence. When beginning a question, it often answers why question. So it can be placed in the beginning of the sentence as well. And when beginning a sentence, it often answers a why question. Okay. Example, because it was raining, the event was cancelled. So you can also use this in the beginning of the sentence, but just after it, we should have the reason or the cause. So because it was raining is actually the cause, and the effect of it is that the event was cancelled. Okay, so this is the effect. Now let us move to the next one. Not to be confused with since or as. While since and as can also denote cause, they are sometimes used when the reason is already known or obvious to the listener. Because is more direct in stating a reason. For example, she smiled because she was happy. Avoiding redundancy with the reason is because. It is redundant to use the reason is because in a sentence. Instead, use the reason is that. Incorrect, the reason is because it is her birthday. Correct, the reason is that it is her birthday. Now, let me explain you this. If you find a word reason in the sentence, okay, if this word is mentioned, if in a sentence this word is mentioned clearly, okay, if this word is written, that is reason. Okay, so we only use that, but we cannot use any other conjunction. If I say because, due to, because of, that will not be used. If in the sentence, if there is a word reason and it is mentioned in the sentence, you have to use only that conjunction, and you will not use any conjunction else. Okay, so the reason is that it's her birthday. Okay, so we can write that over here. Not interchangeable with due to or because of. Because should not be directly replaced with due to or because of, which are followed by a noun or noun phrase, not a clause. Now, we can not interchangeable due to, because of. It means these due to and because of, these are prepositions. So we cannot use because in place of any of these. We cannot substitute these words with the word because, but in that particular sentence we can use because of and due to with some special reasons or some special criteria, as I have already explained you the difference between because of and because. Okay, so after due to and because of, we can only write noun or the noun phrase, but not the entire sentence. So if you want to write these two, you can either use because of or due to, but you cannot interchange it with the word because. Example, she succeeded because she worked hard, not she succeeded due to she worked hard. Okay, if I say due to her working hard or due to hard work, okay, due to hard work we can write. Explaining reasons or causes, he took an umbrella because it was raining. We decided to leave early because the traffic was getting worse. Justifying actions or decisions, she declined the invitation because she had a prior commitment. So she declined the invitation. This is the reason. Sorry, this is the cause. Sorry, this is the effect. This is the result. And what is the cause? Because she had a prior commitment. So this is the reason. Okay, and this is shown by the word because. They invested in solar energy because they wanted to reduce their carbon footprint. So because is showing the reason, which is this, and this is the effect. Responding to why questions. Why are you wearing a coat? Because it is cold outside. So because it is cold outside, this is the cause, this is the reason, and for this the result is that why are you wearing a coat. So you can really reply to the questions of why. Okay, so why is replied with the help of because. Why did you choose this career? Because I am passionate about helping others. So because shows the reason why did I choose this, why did I choose this career, or why I chose this career. Establishing cause and effect relationship, the match was postponed because the field was waterlogged. She was exhausted because she had worked 3 shifts back to back. So this was the reason for what? That she was exhausted. It means she was extremely tired. Providing context or background information, because he grew up in bilingual household, he speaks 2 languages fluently. The project was successful because everyone contributed their best efforts. Okay, so because he grew up, now you can see that we are using because in the beginning of the sentence. Because he grew up in a bilingual household, he speaks 2 languages fluently. Okay, and if we say the project was successful, what was the reason? Because everyone contributed their best efforts. It means we can use any of these, the word because or the conjunction because in the beginning, either in the beginning or the middle of the sentence. The main thing that because should explain the cause clause only or the reason only. So all these were the examples of because. I hope you understood the entire concept of cause denoting conjunctions and also the conjunction because and its uses and its concept. I hope you have understood this session very well. Till then, in the next session, we'll be discussing some more cause denoting conjunctions. Till then, thanks to you.